Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co-host Fabian. Fabian isn't always here, but
Yeah.
sometimes he's behind the camera. He do a lot of the editing behind the scenes, so he's a very, very important part. Our co-host Sebastian is just out sick right now. I think he has like gonorrhea or syphilis or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what he got, but he's just not being able to be here right now. So hopefully he'll start to feel better soon. But the playoffs is tomorrow.
Yep.
Um, Also, I just want to say thank you for everyone for following us on Instagram and all social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook. Thank everyone for subscribing and commenting and liking the videos and reels and all that good stuff. So I want to say thank you to y'all and stay tuned and tell a friend to tell a friend because we have a lot of new content coming out.
Appreciate
Just
y'all.
just go on just go on our YouTube page and we have an interview with WWE star Layla out right now. We definitely have interviews with a lot of the top WWE streamers. So if y'all are here for that, definitely just go check that out on the page. And for the NBA, we have a lot of content there too. So just make sure to go look. Anything y'all want us to do, just comment section, DM us. Once football season starts next year, we're really gonna pick up on that. So be on the lookout for that. Um, in terms of battle rap, I will personally be doing content on that very very soon. I promise that to y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm probably gonna wait till Sue Surf gets out of jail. Free Sue Surf, free the wave. And I'm probably gonna do a video once his first battle back. Um. Nah, I gotta give a rundown of what's going on with It's Debatable right
Nah,
now.
yeah, man. Keep them up to date. They really
Feel
been
me?
showing love lately. Things picking up. I see the fans out there supporting. So appreciate y'all for making it happen, man. We happy to give y'all content, you know, daily. Keep you up to date with the It's Debatable family. We just working right now, man. We in work mode. NBA
Yeah,
playoff
man.
season,
Anyone,
WrestleMania, anything, man. What's up? What's up?
anyone y'all want to see on the show, DM us. Listen, we're working on trying to get a lot of interviews right now with a lot of big names. So anyone y'all want to see on the platform, let us know, and we're gonna try our best to get them on here to ask the questions that need to be asked. But once again, we're talking NBA, and tonight we do have two play-in games. We have the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Miami Heat, and it seems like it's that time of year because the Hawks play the Heat in the play-in every single year. And then we have the Memphis Grizzlies and the Dallas Mavericks going up head to head. It's gonna be two crazy games. I feel like, well, I'm lying. I don't think the Hawks and the Heat is gonna be that crazy. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. The Hawks and the Heat, I think, is going to be a little mid. I feel like if Jimmy Butler was playing, and maybe if Jalen Johnson was, still at the Hawks, you got, just some
Yeah,
of these names, it could have been a better matchup. But I just think it's gonna be okay. On FanDuel, I'm looking at a lot of unders right now. Um,
it's a good play.
just in terms of this matchup, when we talk about the Hawks and the Heat, I'm really trying to think who would be a better matchup against the Cavs. And as crazy as it might sound, I think it actually is the Miami Heat, just due to the coaching of Eric Spoelstra. I know I say this a lot. I just
Mm.
think he knows how to utilize his pieces the right way. And then if you really look at the Heat's roster, they have a lot of interesting pieces that I think, could be interesting matchups, from the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? You got Bam Adebayo, you got Tyler Hero, you got to do like Kyle Anderson, you got to do like Andrew Wiggins who on any given night that can give you 30 points. Um
Davion
just
Mitchell on that perimeter, man. He's a
Right.
dog.
We just seen Davion Mitchell I think he had like 17 points in the last playing game and he stepped up huge. We can get a Duncan Robinson sliding to where he can hit 5 3-pointers. I just think they have a lot of interesting pieces that I think could make for a better series against Cleveland. The
Hmm.
Hawks is just, I feel like with Trey Young isn't playing well, I don't really think they really have a shot. Um yeah, I think the Hawks. I think they're gonna lose tonight, and I think they gotta look to what do they want to do with Trey Young. I think Jalen Johnson's a piece they're really trying to build around. I'm not mad at that. He's a good player. I don't think he could be your number one option, but you
Who
can definitely
knows?
say it again.
Who knows?
No, I know. Well, listen. Maybe he could prove me wrong. I'm just saying from what I've seen. I don't. When I mean number one option, I mean for playoff success and really moving the franchise like that. You're gonna be your guy. I don't know if he's your number one. I like him as a number two. Really, as a number three. I don't know. Like even in the East, because you gotta think he's not ever. I don't think he's on the Tatum level. He's not on the Giannis level. He's not on the Donovan Mitchell level to me. So I don't.
Mhm.
He's a good, like I said, number two. Definitely a number three. You got like I said, you got to see what you want to do with Trey Young. Definitely got to trade Clint Capella. I definitely like what's his name? Okongwu. I think
Yeah.
he's decent, but the Hawks just really got to see what direction they got to go in. And like I said, in terms for the Heat, I don't think they could beat Cleveland. They would have to really be hitting on all cylinders because I think Cleveland is a I've been hearing a lot of people say, they're just a regular season team and they might fold in the playoffs. I don't think to the point where they'll lose to the Miami Heat, but I think Donovan Mitchell, Garland, Mobley is just gonna be a little too much for whatever team was to win tonight. But I'm just gonna
Mhm.
go Miami wins tonight, and they go on to play the Cavs.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with Atlanta. Not that they had high expectations, but I don't like the outing that they had. Their previous playing game against Orlando, I felt like they just got dominated on every side of the ball. And it's not even due to like stars beating them. It's like units just playing better than them. And you're strictly relying on a guy like Trey Young. Don't get me wrong, Trey Young is a star, but if he's not performing well, then your team isn't going anywhere. So I don't know how you could win if you're set up like that. And I don't think that they're winning against Miami regardless, but I don't like the direction they're heading in. I feel like Jalen Johnson was that glue piece for them. He could rebound, he could score, he could definitely play make. I feel like all of those elements are something that a guy like Trae Young needs. And if that's not out there, then although he could give you these double digit assists and these points, it's not efficient and it's not helping you win. So I don't like the direction Atlanta's heading in. I don't think they're gonna win tonight. I do think Miami is a good ball club. I don't understand how they fell so low in the playoff seedings. I don't know what was going on. Probably the Jimmy Butler
Cause I
situation.
mean, listen, I don't mean to cut you off, but the Miami Heat isn't a box of roses either. Is Tyler Hero a number one option on a championship team?
Not at
I
all.
don't think so. Bam Adebayo, I like Bam Adebayo. Sometimes he disappears and he's nowhere to be found, and he's not a number one guy either. So with this Miami, even because they're not gonna make no noise this year, even if they do make it into the playoffs.
Hmm.
So they gotta see what direction they want to go into, like because they gotta see who is their guy. Tyler Hero is a good player. But going up against, like I said, the Tatum's and the Giannis and Donovan Mitchell, and no, I don't know.
I think you let they've been getting gun pieces. I think Khalil Ware, you mix him in with Bam. I think you give him maybe 2 years to develop. I feel like they could do something solid. I feel like the front court, I mean the backcourt position, definitely needs like some improvement because Tyler Hero is definitely gonna give you the points. You know, he's improved his playmaking, but you still need another guy there. Like
Yeah,
there's an empty void there right now. I feel
Kevin
that they
Durant.
gotta. Dude, people gotta cut it out with this Kevin Durant just
No.
adding him
I
to
know.
your
I'm not. No,
team and just.
I'm saying for Miami. I think that's perfect. They're
Oh
missing a
yeah,
player
yeah,
like that. I know what you mean. The whole everyone says Kevin Durant. I think for Miami
yeah.
though, if they
Hmm.
had a Kevin Durant, he could be your number one dude. Then you got Bam and Hero on
Yeah,
these
then it
other
makes
pieces,
sense.
and I think you
Yeah,
can compete in the East. I don't think
yeah,
you probably still don't beat Boston or well yeah you probably really don't beat Boston yet, but I think that's to where you could go in 10 and KD could end his career there. He could still have a 2 to 3 year window to where you can compete some of the Eastern Conference. But besides that, because I don't think he can go through the draft process. He's such a weird team. I don't think he'll ever be bad enough to where he'll get a number one pick because Spoelstra's a great coach.
yeah.
I don't think he's just ever gonna be like a Washington, a Charlotte bad to where it's like because they still have decent pieces.
But that's
So
their
it's like
problem too, in a sense, because it's like you're not gonna really find that guy. Like, you know what I mean? You're not gonna be within that lottery pick in order to get players like that. So it's like it's up to what they want to do, but I definitely do like how they're set up. Do you think they trade for a guy like Kevin Durant, or you think they have to find?
I
Because you
think
know
we
how
gotta.
Miami's good at finding players. Do you think that's what it has to come down to for them to improve?
Listen, I think so. Like Kevin Durant is not gonna stay in Phoenix. Like that's a 1% chance. So I
Mhm.
think yeah, that's the highest trade piece right now. Unless Milwaukee falls apart, I don't think that's going to happen. But if that would be Plan A, try to get a Giannis, right? But if not that, then yeah, you try to get Kevin Durant.
Better yet, I would rather want Devin Booker if I'm a if I'm on Miami. I'd rather take Devin Booker and
So now you're trading Tyler Hero because we're not doing Tyler Hero and Devin Booker. No, 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 no.
I'll do it.
Devin
I'll do
Booker
it.
and Tyler Hero.
I'll do the trade. No, I'll do the trade.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll do the trade.
Okay, I'm not.
I don't want an aging vet. Yeah, I understand what Kevin Durant could do, but at this point, it's I feel like it's not going to be enough. Yeah, he's Kevin Durant, but you've seen it the past couple of years. Even with him playing good in the playoffs, it's still not going to translate because he's only one person and he doesn't really affect the game like in that type of way. Like, yeah, he's a great player. No, understand. He'll
What
give
do
you
you mean by
30.
that?
He'll give you an efficient 30, but it's not leading to wins. You know what I mean?
Wait. Hold on. So now let's open a conversation because I be watching you.
All right.
When Nick Wright said that Westbrook doesn't lead to winning, you was one of the ones in the comments saying he needs to be drug tested. He's a hater, all that stuff. Now you're
He is
saying
a
Kevin
hater.
Durant's a good player, but doesn't lead to winning. What's the difference in what you're saying and what he said about Westbrook?
Westbrook is a role player. He's not supposed to be a superstar at this point in his career. Kevin Durant is still the focal point on his team. I'm saying with Kevin Durant as your focal point on your team, that's not going to lead to much winning.
And when did you
Is,
think
is
he
that
was
is
gonna?
that crazy? Is that crazy? I don't think
No,
that's a crazy
no. Kevin
observation.
Durant over the last 4 to 5 seasons has not had playoff success. You
And
can say
he's
some due to injury, some due to what like whatever you want to say. He has not. Listen. Kevin Durant's a great player to me, arguably top 10, top 15, top 20 all time. But I always thought he was just good. I remember back when LeBron was on the Heat, everyone threw to the LeBron versus Kevin Durant. I always thought Braun was better. Kevin Durant's a great scorer, but to your point, he doesn't make his teammates better. And that is something that is important. Unless you're just a stone cold killer, because now like let's talk about someone like Kobe Bryant. Did
mhm,
he make his teammates better?
nah. When he
But
needed to, when he needed to,
but I think the difference is, and I'm not saying anything about that Kevin Durant that has a bad work ethic, but I think Kobe was just so insane with his and just being that leader. I think that's maybe the difference. I think Kobe was such a leader. You got to follow by his example in terms of Kevin Durant, who is just a great player, but besides that, it's like, you
because
know,
I don't see how that Phoenix roster doesn't like. You're not even gonna be in the play in. You
nah,
know what
yeah,
I
like that was
mean?
kind of
Like
crazy.
you're not in the lottery. You're not in the play in. You're not in the playoffs.
No, listen,
Y'all are just
it's crazy to
there.
say that Phoenix was just as good as Portland.
Like you mean to tell me a guy like Devin Booker, who maybe like a couple years ago they were saying, "Oh, Devin Booker is the best shooting guard in the NBA." You know what I mean? Like he's at that point, and then that team can't even be top eight seed. You know what I mean? I don't understand how it works. I don't know,
No, yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah,
So that whole Phoenix thing was definitely a meltdown, but we kind of just went off topic. But
that's what Kevin Durant have you doing, man,
um, we both think Miami will win the play in tonight.
for sure.
The next playing game we have the Dallas Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going with Memphis on this one. Dallas did surprise me with how they performed in the play-in.
Mm.
On the other night, Klay Thompson avenged his last year's playing performance and actually did score in a playing game. Anthony Davis didn't have a legacy game, but he had a good enough game to where the Mavericks was able to get Sacramento out of here, or I like to say the Chicago Bulls 2.0.
Oh yeah, out
Um,
of Chicago of the West.
Now, yeah, we definitely seen on the memes that Levine and DeRozan just made a trade to lose 3 hours earlier in the plane, which
Yeah.
is just kind of insane. But yeah, Memphis, almost beat Golden State. Some people say if Ja didn't get hurt, they would have beat Golden State.
Right.
I think Memphis has a better overall team. Now, if Anthony Davis is going to be the best player on the floor, though, I think the Mavericks have a shot. Um, but I'm not a Mavericks fan. Until I don't want to even really talk about them
Don't
too much
don't say his
until
name. Don't say his name, bro.
until Nico Harrison
Yep.
is just fired and let go of his duties. Dallas is just in turmoil. I'm just not gonna support anything going on there. I think it's bad juju over there. Kyrie Irving, get out of there, man.
Yeah.
Like Clay, you need to get out. Like, tell you, they gotta rebuild. And like Nico Harrison literally pressed the red button that no one was supposed to press, and this nigga did it, bro. Like, I
Um.
don't know what's going on, bro. Sacramento, you should have put them out of their misery. Now you gave them the players hope. We need to just squash the bug.
You know
Like,
what? I feel like a guy like I feel bad for a guy like Anthony Davis, man.
I
Like he's
don't. I
had
don't really
his.
care.
You don't feel bad?
No.
His narrative before his street clothes. You know what I mean? He works his way back into playing 70 games, like multiple seasons. He's playing
Listen,
one of
man.
the best basketball in his career. You know what I mean? Like both sides,
Thank you,
and
Anthony
then
Davis, for everything you did, but we're able to get Luka Doncic. So I'm sorry, I don't really feel bad. Like over here
no,
in
I
LA.
understand that, but it's like he just gets shipped off to Dallas, and then it's just like, damn, Dallas is so bad. Nico Harris, you know what I mean? Like he gets swept under the rug. When in reality, he's there with Kyrie Irving, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. Like they still have a good core, and he added to that. But he gets swept under the rug because of the dumb shit that Nico did. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's not really fair to a guy like him who's still performing. Like he almost had a damn near quadruple double uh before the end of the regular season. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely still a great basketball player, and it's just like he's getting swept under the rug for foolishness.
Yeah. But hey, it's sunny skies over here in LA. The big three: Luca,
Asshole, bro.
LeBron, Austin Reeves. Everything's looking good right now, man. Like, listen, man. AD, thank you for the help for the championship, but everything. Let me give you some advice, Fabian. Everything in life has an expiration date, and Anthony
All right.
Davis' time came and it went, and God bless him and his family, bro.
All right, you gonna be happy, bro. But watch, LeBron got an expiration date too. When
Listen, man.
when the king not in office no more, when he not on that
Listen.
throne.
To quote Ric Flair, LeBron will never retire. So those really the playing games. Did you like who do you have? Do you have Memphis winning tonight? You got Dallas. What's going on?
uh, this game's up in the air for real. Um, Coming back to my point on Anthony Davis, I think if a guy like Anthony Davis has a great game, he could definitely will them to the playoffs for that eighth seed. I don't think a guy like Jaren Jackson could hold Anthony Davis. Um, Too much going on within Memphis. I don't like it. I just really don't. The way they play basketball is just like you know what I mean. They're not the old Memphis. They're not really. John Morant is still John Morant. I give him his credit. You know what I mean. But the pieces around it just doesn't look the same to me. If you're talking about one game, I definitely feel like Dallas could win one game. You know what I mean? Like all guys just playing good basketball. I definitely see it happening. So I'm gonna lean towards Dallas right now.
Okay, okay, I'm not mad at that. Make sure to tune into these playing games tonight, man. One will be on TNT, one will be on ESPN, and we're gonna see what are the final puzzle pieces to this playoff picture. But speaking of the playoffs, we do know most of the matchups besides the 1-8 in both conferences. So, let's just start off oh shit, I started tweaking. Let's start off in the Western Conference, where we do have the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Dallas. I said the Dallas Mavericks. The Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Los Angeles Lakers in a
Yeah,
very interesting 3-6 matchup. Shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves for how they started the season, being able to avoid the play-in, and get that rest that all teams look for at this time of year before they go to war. I still think that they made the wrong move trading away Carl Anthony Towns. Not trying to
yeah,
say Julius Randle, but I just don't think it was the best fit for this team. And then sadly enough, your third best player is Rudy Gobert. So
yeah,
shout out to them. And then you got the Los Angeles Lakers, right? They made the biggest trade arguably in NBA history,
mm,
acquiring Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. They also was able to get Dorian Finney-Smith. Gabe Vincent is finally back healthy, so this team is flowing right now. I think it's just the scariest duo leading into the playoffs right now with LeBron and Luka Doncic. And just to quote Shannon Sharp, man. Like it's a vibe. But and that's really just how I feel. Anthony Edwards, I think is good enough to get you a game, but I just think the game slows down in the playoffs. Half court set, I think it's gonna be scary just trying to stop LeBron James and Luka Doncic in the half court. And if Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent is going to knock down 3-point shots,
mm.
the Lakers are gonna win this series.
I don't. The Lakers definitely have the upside advantage, in this matchup. But Minnesota is not just like you're not just gonna run them out the building. You know what I mean? They got good pieces. I feel like they're definitely gonna compete. Ain't no five over here, man. Maybe six, and who knows which way it could swing, bro. But I feel like Rudy Gobert definitely like fucks up whatever Minnesota got going on. You can't really compete with a guy like that. Trash. So I
Listen,
like
man.
I like Luca. I like LeBron. I like AR. Uh, yeah, I got Lakers in that series. But
Listen,
it's
man.
not gonna be like this steamrolling past Minnesota. It's gonna be like some good basketball. I think one of the best series in the first round.
Listen, man. Rudy, Judge Judy, Young Nudie. Like, come on, man. I just don't feel like Anthony. I just don't feel Anthony ever has enough help. Their third best player is Rudy Gobert. Like, no, bro. And their second is Julius Randle. No, no, not trying to be disrespectful, but this is the playoffs, right? This is
All
like
right.
there's levels to shit. Julius Randle just isn't able to press a certain button on the elevator, bro. I don't think.
What and say? Yeah, they got KD, but we got JD McDaniels. You know what
Yeah,
I mean, bro?
listen. Is Jaden McDaniel's head gonna be in the game, man? He still may
Where
have
else is
nightmares
it
from
gonna
what Luca
be?
did to them last year.
Where else is it gonna be though? You know what I mean? Like, and that's not the
Now,
same. Luca
hopefully,
don't got
now
that same supporting cast.
say it again.
Luca don't got that same supporting cast. That paint a little
Yeah,
sweet
he
there
got
in LA.
LeBron.
That paint a little sweet out in LA.
Listen, man, we're not gonna act like Jackson Hayes hasn't been playing amazing basketball.
That
Don't do
paint a little
that.
sweet. All right, until
Listen,
Ant come down that
man.
lane. Until Ant come down that lane,
Listen,
throw it
man.
on
Don't
him.
let us put in Alex Lynn. No, no.
That nigga's a cone.
Chill. Shout out to Alex Lynn.
A
Nah,
human
but
cone,
nah,
bro.
but at the end of the day, I just think even if it does go six, which it won't. I just think on the team with the most star power is just gonna win this matchup. And once again, I think Ant could get you a game, maybe two, but I just think LeBron, Luca, AR, they're in a groove right now. I think everyone knows their role. Like it's
Yeah.
um The next matchup, right? We got another LA team, the Los Angeles Clippers, going up against the Denver Nuggets, who fired their coach with 4 games left in the season, which was, a big headline. How'd you feel about that, real quick?
Um, just panic mode, man. Most of these organizations, they're just going into panic mode. You know what I mean? Like people in the NBA don't let stuff develop anymore. You know what I mean? Even though Mike Malone has been there for what 10 years, it's been 10 years and he's gotten them success. You know what I mean? I don't like when people say lost the voice of the locker room. You know what I mean? Like, we're still fourth seed. Like, we were winning basketball games the whole season with the depleted roster. You know what I mean? With guys stepping up. I'm putting in these people in, places to where we could succeed. You know what I mean? Even though Jokic is definitely MVP and whatnot, he's still like putting the pieces together. He's still being the coach. You guys are still fourth seed. So I don't understand what pushing the button was for in that situation, especially at the end of the season. You could have waited till the end of the playoffs and see what you guys could have done. Because what is the assistant coach gonna do now? Like once he steps into this role, is it gonna be like, you know what I mean? It doesn't really make sense to me. You know what I mean? But I just didn't like the way how they did it at the end of the season. I think you do that when you lose, you know what I mean? Or depending on how far you get, and then afterwards at the end of the season, you make a move like that. I feel like that's disrespectful towards Mike Malone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just kind of reminded me of the Memphis Grizzlies situation. It's got nothing to do with no one's minutes or nothing like that. I don't think this is business. This is stuff outside of basketball, and it
Mm,
was time for Michael Malone to get out of there. So listen, man, I can't ever tell y'all what's going on with the corporate side of NBA basketball, but these coaches are just expendable, and it's
yeah.
easier to get rid of a coach than to trade a player.
And you know what the dumb shit is? They fired Mike Budenholzer, right? And then they still gotta pay him up until 2029, bro. So you fired your fourth coach in 3 seasons, and you still got to pay him. So if that's not the guy that you want to like jump in the gates with, from the beginning, why are you you know what I mean? Why are you making the change ups? You have to sometimes let things ride. You can't just pause. You can't just, you know what I mean? Just jump the gun every time you feel like something doesn't go right. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it, bro. But they got the big dollars. They know what to do. Well,
Yeah, so the Clippers, they beat Golden State and was able to avoid the play-in. They're going up against the Denver Nuggets. Kawhi Leonard is just healthy right now.
yeah.
Like the Clippers is just like the ultimate wild card team because you don't just know if Kawhi's gonna be healthy. We still have to be cautious, right?
Mm.
Because we've seen the Clippers, well, not last season, but the season before, go up against the Phoenix Suns, and Kawhi looked great game one, and then we didn't see him ever again. So
Yeah.
like, listen, man, I gotta take it a game by game. As of right now, at 5:51 on this Friday, Kawhi Leonard is healthy, and if Kawhi Leonard is healthy, then the Clippers have a shot to win the series. I'll still say Denver in seven, even if Kawhi is healthy, because I gotta see some of these supplementary parts from the Clippers in the playoffs now. Chris Dunn was very decent in the regular season. Is he gonna be able to knock down those timely threes in the playoffs?
Mm.
Right? Is Amir Coffey gonna be able to produce with his minutes? Is Derek Jones Jr. going to be able to, get those timely stops and knock down those threes? Like I need to see is the others going to be able to produce. I just feel with with the Denver Nuggets, just them playing in the half court, just Jokic playing out of the post. I think they know the type of offense that they want to run. But then when it comes to them, like those Russell Westbrook minutes, bro, those are gonna be crucial. Like Russell Westbrook has to knock down shots,
Mm.
or at this point make layups, because we
Oh
seen that game
fuck,
to where he got to
bro.
make the open layup, and he fouled to another end. His mind needs to be in the game, and
Mm.
he needs to be a positive way more than a negative. Not saying he can't make any mistake.
Nah, I respect.
That everyone's gonna make mistakes, but he's very crucial to this team because I feel Murray's gonna do his thing. I think Porter will do his thing. Gordon, the starters, all of them, I think they'll be right. Westbrook is that dude off the bench that if he can play decent, they could probably win this series. If he's struggling, that's just more on the starters. And like I said right now, Kawhi is healthy, so the Clippers is dangerous.
Um, the start besides Jokic on Denver and that starting unit, like everybody else still has to prove themselves. I don't like the way that they went through the season. You got people who are missing like multiple games. Jamal Murray wasn't really in the lineup for most of the season. Aaron Gordon, he struggled with some injuries too. You know what I mean? Christian Brown too. He was also a bright side within that lineup. But it's like, what Denver Nuggets team are we going to see going into the playoffs? We don't know because we didn't really see them throughout the whole year. There was, managing these injuries and whatnot. So I really want to see how that plays out. I understand that they're champions, but it's a different squad they're running into. You know what I mean? The Clippers been clicking this like last couple of months. You know what I mean? Playing perfect basketball. You got Harden and Zoob on that pick and roll connection. Zubac's been playing like top three center in the NBA for the you feel me last 2 months, and then you mix that in with a healthy Kawhi. It's like damn, healthy Kawhi in there. Like what could you really, what I mean, do with that? So I feel like the Clippers you definitely want to pick the team who's playing the best basketball leading into the playoffs, and I feel like they're clicking on all cylinders. I'm gonna take them, and yeah, I don't know how many games. Maybe I want to go. It's gonna be a dogfight. I really want to go 7, but I'm gonna lean towards the Clippers for right now. Only way Denver could really take over the series, in my opinion, is if I don't know. You got to get Zub out the game because I don't really think they got a backup center like that. So
But
you
also,
gotta
man, Harden looked good that last game against the Warriors
the
had a
Warriors.
all-star season. I wouldn't be surprised if he was all NBA.
Yeah, I think it's on NBA.
We can't erase history. Harden struggles in the playoffs. Is Harden going to be able to give you a solid series,
Mm-hmm.
right? When he was on Philadelphia, man, and they was up what was it 3-2 against Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and when you needed him most, he was gone.
But he got you. He got you
Harden,
there.
yeah, all right, we understand that, but game 5 6 is better is more important than game 1 and 2. But
I
you
got
gotta
I got
like,
Kawhi Leonard.
hmm?
I got Kawhi Leonard on my team now. I don't got Joel
I no
Embiid.
no that's great, but you're the second option. James Harden has to be able to come up big when they're going to need him. Like, and let's not. I'm just saying. Let's not act like he also that doesn't have disappearing acts at times.
He does. But
So
if you want to look at it, right? You want to revert back to that series against Boston. He gave us 40. You know what I mean? Took game 1. Then he took game 4. He had another 40. Game 5, he played good. He gave him the 3-2 lead. You know what I mean? It's up to the star to get you that game. Joel
James
Embiid
Harden is also
couldn't
a
get you that
star,
game.
bro. We get it. Joel
But
Embiid didn't play well either, but
he's
James Harden is a star
reverting to
too, bro.
someone else. You know what I mean? If you can't get the game, you know what I mean. I know Kawhi Leonard could get you that game. So I like how that pairing is set up. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to do everything on the court. He doesn't have to be Houston Rockets James Harden. All he has to do, same thing he was doing. Pick and roll with Zoo, getting to the spots, getting everybody else involved. You like they run certain sets where it's like you could think he's picking and rolling with Zoob, and then you got uh Derrick Jones coming off the back door. He just has to make the right plays. He doesn't have to be a superstar. You know what I mean? And we still got Norman Powell. We didn't talk about
No,
Norman
I
Powell.
understand
We didn't
that.
talk about him this whole. You know what I
No,
mean? Like they
no,
got pieces on that
Norman
team.
Powell had a great season. Arguably, should win most improved. He's been great, but all I was saying is we like there's been a track record. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
it's not me saying it. It's just history. Just watch the game.
Like, I
When
feel
you
you.
when you when you need him most throughout his playoff career, he's had a lot more down moments when he's been the number one option than high moments.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a
Keyword.
fact. So I hope that he doesn't, and it's a great series. But that's just something we have to watch out for. We know Jokic is going to perform, and
Yeah.
playoff Jamal Murray. Let's not act like in the playoffs Jamal Murray don't turn up.
Is he healthy?
We understand that. What I'm saying is, I'm going with history. With this in the playoffs, Jamal Murray be turning up.
All
So,
right.
so listen, man. That's what I'm expecting to see, or maybe it was just against the Lakers. But Jamal Murray be cooking in the playoffs. So,
That's a
like I
must
said,
watch series though.
yeah, like I said, I got Denver in seven. Who you got?
Clippers in 7.
Clippers in seven. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm not mad at that. So let's talk about the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. I think this is gonna be a closer series than a lot of people are anticipating. I know a lot of people like Golden State. You know, I'm one of them. Playoff Jimmy, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green,
Yeah.
and his intensity. But I just think Houston got a lot of those young athletes, a lot of people that can defend. I know a lot of people's been talking about this Thompson matchup with
Him and
Stephen
Steph.
Curry, right? That's gonna be one matchup I'm looking at. And the other matchup I'm looking at for other reasons is Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green. I
Yeah.
listen. I am like I like that type of stuff. I want to see how they bring that energy to their teams in a positive way, or was it gonna cost them a game? Like that's something we're gonna have to see. Those are the two matchups I'm watching right there. Um, the X factor though is probably Jimmy Butler. If you're gonna get the Jimmy Butler that was playing with Miami playoff Jimmy, the Warriors should win this series.
Mhm.
If he's not gonna be that though, I think Houston has a chance. So I'm gonna go Golden State in six. Because I think he will get that, Jimmy, but I won't disrespect Houston, especially being coached by Ime Udoka,
Mhm.
right? I think that's gonna be a chess match, him and Steve Kerr. But the veteran experience I think will pull through, and I'm Golden State in six.
So Houston got them dogs. You know what I mean? They got them real dogs out there. Um, damn, this is a great matchup. You know what I mean? Everything that you want to see out in basketball, they got physicality, toughness. You know what I mean? Well-rounded teams, like they're gonna play smart. So it's like you could lean either way. But you're right on the X factor. I feel like Jimmy Butler does play an important role and Golden State success. Because if you had watched that playing game against the Grizzlies, when Stephen Curry was out, those are normally the minutes in which that they're losing their basketball games. You know what I mean? And Jimmy Butler, he's making the right plays, he's getting and ones. As Jimmy plays like that, where he could assert himself, gets a free throw line, then Golden State definitely does have a chance. But Houston's been playing the right basketball, you know what I mean, under Ime Udoka. Jalen Green definitely rose to the occasion, being the second overall pick. He's definitely started to play better basketball, more meaningful basketball. Sangoon, Golden State doesn't have a big, so I want to see how they could fare up with him, especially when he's been playing good this season. Everybody out there, whoever was down on Dylan Brooks, he definitely needs an apology because you see where he's at this point in his career, and you see where the Grizzlies are now. People were saying they're not gonna go nowhere as long as he's on the team, especially Draymond. I remember seeing the clip, and now he's playing good basketball again on a great team. You know what I mean? So he's definitely a factor in that. The way he plays defense, the way he gets at the ball. You got him and Amen Thompson. It's a lot to match up with. I really want to see how it pans out. You still got Fred Van Vliet over there. I don't know. Is Jabari Smith still playing? Like, is he healthy or he's
I,
out
be-
there?
I believe he should be, yeah.
So they got some pieces out there. Overall, I think Houston's built better. Uh, if I don't know if experience is gonna kick in though to where Golden State could take the lead. So right now I'm leaning towards Golden State, maybe in 6, maybe in 7. But if Houston can play good basketball under Ime Udoka, I'm gonna take Houston. So for right now, I'm gonna go Golden State in 6. I gotta see from the first game. I can't really make my prediction yet.
Okay. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting matchup. I do think it's the matchup that Golden State did want. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna be interested to see how that one plays out. So you know what? In terms of Oklahoma City, they're waiting to see whether they be playing Dallas or whether they be playing Memphis. But I'm about to make a bold prediction right here. The Memphis Grizzlies will make the eighth seed and beat the Oklahoma City in the first round of this year's playoffs. In 7 games, led by Ja Morant. That's just how I feel. Oklahoma City has had a great regular season. Shea Gilgeous Alexander is definitely an MVP candidate. He could definitely co win. Um, I don't really trust those others on the team. I think Chet doesn't have really any experience. How is he gonna perform? Same thing with Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe, Carson Wallace, and all these names. All six Jalen Williams that they have on the roster. Like whatever you want to say. The Memphis Grizzlies will make the eighth seed and defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of this year's playoffs.
Just move on, bro.
Listen. I don't care. I don't care if you're a. I don't care if you're a Shea Gilgeous Alexander fan. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't.
Let's just
They're gonna lose to Memphis, bro.
all right. You
I
so I don't,
listen. You already
yo, we
know.
got
I'm not even a Memphis dude. I'm a LA fan, and we already beat the shit out of y'all already. So I'm just saying with Memphis.
y'all lost the game after.
Yeah, because they ejected Luca when we was winning. Don't do that. If they had ejected Shea, y'all niggas might have lost by 67 points.
Y'all
Don't
gonna
do
see
that.
y'all
They
gonna see
ejected
us.
Luca. When we had
Y'all
our
gonna
full teams both playing, we kicked y'all ass though. So don't do that.
y'all
Don't
gonna
do
see
that.
us. Y'all gonna see us. That Western Conference
Yeah, I
Finals.
know. I don't know. No, we're not because Memphis. Cause worry about Memphis. So I don't think we seeing shit.
Nobody's
But
fucking worried about the Memphis Grizzlies, bro.
don't let Josh start throwing
Soft.
those grenades in the crowd, man.
That's a tough
Like,
selly, but nobody worried about him,
listen,
bro.
listen, listen. Don't let him do that.
You think
And
John Morant? You think John Morant's gonna win you a series by himself? Cause he's by himself.
Jaren Jackson Jr. and
Jaren
Desmond
Jackson
Bain,
sucks.
he had a good. What are you talking about? How does he
Jaren
suck?
Jackson sucks.
Right. Okay. So and you have Desmond Bain. You feel me?
That
You
nigga
gotta.
suck too. You named two people
All
that
right.
stink.
Not they suck. All right. All right.
Them role players, bro.
Those are role players.
You name it role players.
All right. All
But
right. Move
that
on.
team goes where John Morant goes. Wherever John Morant wants to take the niggas, that's where they go.
Same thing
If
as the
John's not
Thunder.
out
The
there,
same thing with the Thunder. If Shea Gilgeous Alexander was on the Thunder, you'd be a lottery team.
but Shea Gilgeous is gonna get you there regardless.
If Shea was not on the Thunder, there'll be a lottery team.
Shay's MVP.
We seen Memphis without Jaw still have success. You take Shea out of Thunder, the lottery team
Success in what term?
of still being a formidable team and being in the playoffs. You talking about?
When in 20 did it not miss the playoffs? Am I missing something?
I'm saying you take Ja out, they still have team success because Jaren Jackson steps into that number one role. Desmond Bain steps up, and they still have success. You just seen it this
Oh,
season when Ja was
when
not
they win
playing.
regular season games, right?
Right, and I'm saying with the Thunder, if Shea was not playing, y'all wouldn't even win those. Y'all be a lottery team.
They but they did win those games. Were you not watching when Aaron Wiggins was dropping 40? Or when Isaiah Joe
How
was
many
hit, or when
games did
Isaiah
Shea
Joe
miss?
was hitting 10 threes?
How many games did Shea miss
Or
this
when
year?
Jalen Williams was putting up triple doubles? Were you not
How
watching those
many
games?
games did Shea miss this year?
Do you want me to look it up?
How don't that's
I
your
can look it
man?
up.
You
I can
don't
look it
even
up for you.
know.
I can look it up for you.
But I thought that was your favorite player. How don't you know?
10 maximum.
Okay, Ja
And
missed
that's
over
pushing it.
30.
Why is he missing 30 games?
That's not the point, though. The point is that he missed those games,
But
and
why
they
are you
still
missing
were
them?
succeeding with Jaren Jackson as the number one
You wanna know why
option.
he's missing them? Because he's getting suspended. And
He
then
was
after he comes back,
hurt.
after he comes back
He
from
was
suspension,
hurt.
and after he comes back, he's fucking getting hurt because he want to jump over the place, bro.
All right.
Don't put him in the same boat as the MVP. Crazy.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Ja's on the same level as Shea, bro.
Are you
But
crazy?
yeah, yeah, you even want to talk about it? Ja's on
Are
the
you
same
crazy?
level as Shea, bro.
Are
Like,
you crazy?
now, if you want to say Shea gets to the free throw line more, then bravo.
He averages. He probably averages more without getting to the free
If
throw
we're
line.
talking about just roll the ball out player to player, bro, Ja is you can really say Ja's a better talent overall.
Nigga, I'm supposed to be scared of somebody who keeps taking floaters.
Like, listen, man. I'm talking about
He's better because he takes floaters.
pure prospect, bro. I'm saying Ja is the better talent.
Shea has given everybody 40. He has
Great.
given everybody
That's what I'm saying.
40.
He's a great scorer and he gets to the free throw line
No,
a lot. I'm just
he
saying
averages
that.
he averages more
Listen,
points
bro.
even when he doesn't get to the
Listen. I
free
like
throw
Shea,
line.
so you want me to talk bad about him? I like Shea. I just think Ja's a better talent. There's nothing wrong with Shea Go Alexander. He's a good
No,
player.
you said he was a better player, and I'm not gonna let you do that on your own show. I'm not gonna let you do that
Like, oh,
because
but
you
you
would be
guys,
lying.
so this is my show.
It's whatever, man. But I don't want
Yeah,
you to be
I know. So
lying.
at least I want to talk my shit. And I think Ja. If I'm drafting a team, I'm taking Ja before Shea.
No, you are not. What
Yes,
the?
I am. What are you talking about? I'm taking Ja before Shea. What the
Who plays better
fuck,
defense? Who plays better defense, Ja or Shea?
bro? I'm moving. We
No,
gotta talk
no.
the
We have to break
playoffs,
it down
bro.
because this is
So
crazy. This is
we're
ridiculous.
moving to the
Who plays
Eastern
better
Conference.
defense, Shea
We got the
or Ja?
we got the New York Knicks going up against the Detroit Pistons in a 3-6 matchup. In this particular one, I'm going with Detroit. I feel like the Knicks, led by Jalen
What are these
Brunson,
takes, bro?
I'm just not moved. I feel like Carl Anthony Towns has been good, but I just don't know if they're gonna have that heart. Like this is gonna be a tough no series. Isaiah Stewart's not playing to score. He's about to play to make Cat look like a bitch.
I think it
So like
sucks.
like, and then listen, if I'm Detroit, I'm putting Cade on I'm putting Cade on Jalen Brunson. Like
Oh,
so.
really?
Hell yeah, I would. Like Kate is 6'6", bro. What is job? I said job. What is Jalen Brunson like 5'9"?
I like me like 6'1",
Like,
6.
come on, bro. Like, so I just think I think there's a lot of bad matchups here for the Knicks, and
For
but
Detroit, you mean, right?
well, no, I think there's a lot of bad matchup for the Knicks.
All right.
And I feel like an X factor for Detroit's gonna be Malik Beasley. I feel like if he could knock down those 3 point shots and hit them at a good clip, I think Detroit's gonna be fine, man. You got Tim Hardaway Jr. He's been a great signing. Let's see what we can get from Tobias Harris because he can either have 20 or he can have two. So hopefully he can go in the middle and give you 10 to 12 points. I just think Detroit knows their identity, and I feel like the Knicks don't. Like,
I,
and I got Detroit in 7.
I bet that nigga Malik Beasley gonna be fucking dancing in Madison Square Garden and then gonna be getting punched. Fuck you mean you got Detroit, bro?
Listen, man,
What type of
I
disrespect
hope
is
Cat is
this?
ready to fight, man. I don't want to hear no. Oh my god, I don't want to hear none of that when Isaiah Stewart is
Alright.
guarding him. Listen, man.
So so they did the Draymond, right? Right? And
Who?
they can't guard me. You saw what Cat did to Draymond when they was up in Golden State, right? That's the cat you about to get this playoff series. I'm
I
sick
don't
and tired
know,
of every
bro.
year. Every year the Knicks go into this first round series as the underdogs. Like what is going on, bro? Last year,
Because the Knicks can't beat anybody good.
who they play last year? Last year they played Cleveland in the first round.
This year, who have the Knicks beaten that were good?
Detroit is good.
I'm asking you.
They just didn't beat the
I
top.
know,
They
no,
didn't beat
I'm
the
not.
top two seeds.
Bro, they couldn't beat the Lakers, bro. They couldn't beat Boston. They couldn't beat Cleveland. They couldn't
Cleveland
beat
and
OKC.
OKC.
They couldn't
Yes,
beat, bro. The Knicks,
they
bro.
couldn't beat the top seeds in
The
each conference.
Yeah, bro. So they're on the same level as Detroit, and I just feel
Anyone
like
below that that 1-2 spot, with exception to the
I'm pretty sure
Lakers.
Detroit won the season series.
With exception to the Lakers.
Detroit just beat them last game.
They didn't. It was a throwaway game. They already won third seed.
No, that wasn't. All the starters
The
played. No, that wasn't.
the Knicks had third
The
seed.
Knicks had to lead. Detroit came all the way back and bust that ass. That's what happened that game. That was
Oh
not a throwaway game. Don't do that.
well, you're gonna watch this playoff series and you're gonna be like, Jalen Brunson is a fantastic basketball player. You can say OG Anunoby is a hell
I'm
of
gonna
a
say
basketball
this
player.
once again, and everyone knows this is the truth in New York, but they want to be delusional. Jalen Brunson's not the guy. He's not the guy that's gonna lead y'all to the promised land. Everyone knows that. Y'all can keep being delusional,
They're
or
not going to the promised
y'all
land.
could trade this nigga and get some value.
But that first round is sweet, bro. I don't know how everybody keep having the Knicks as underdogs. It just doesn't make sense to me. A lot of people gonna be losing money.
Detroit basketball, like
Yeah, bro, you banking
my
on
boy,
bum ass Tim Hardaway and Tobias Harris.
my boy Tim Hardaway Senior gonna be in the building. Jalen Rose gonna be in the building, man.
Niggas old as fuck.
It's about to be lit in Detroit. Big Sean about to be there, man. Like, listen, man. Listen, man. It's about
You
to
know
be
who wants
lit.
to be at MSG?
Yeah, Spike Lee's gonna be in the
All them
front
ones.
row. Tracy Morgan he might have another seizure. Like, let me
Alright,
not.
chill, bro.
My fault, bro. I was fucking. See, my fault. Listen. He can take a joke. Listen, he's gonna listen, bro. Listen. I was just listen. I'm throwing shots right now. It's not personal. Tracy, I love you, but listen, it ain't personal. Like,
Bro, Nixon 5.
Nixon.
Is my prediction.
Wow.
It's not even bold. It's
Okay.
spot on. Nixon 5.
No, yeah, and I got Detroit in seven because Nick's gonna put up a fight. I just feel like those young thoroughbreds, man. Like I feel like they know the moment. And then I'd even talk about the Sasser kid. They got some pieces, bro. The other Thompson, they got
Right?
the
No,
the, the,
yeah.
the
Asar's a dog.
I'm
They got
saying,
dogs over
bro.
there.
They definitely like it's gonna be a tough series, man. I think it's gonna be one of those old school series. But moving on, Indiana, Milwaukee again. So this time around, I think Milwaukee pulls it off. I think Giannis is gonna have pause, but a sour taste in his mouth just from that last series from last year when he wasn't really able to participate too much and Dame just wasn't able to get the job done. I think he's gonna want to prove a point. I think Dame will be back by at least game two.
He's cleared.
Um, yeah, but he's not playing. I don't think they said he's not playing game one though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think he still has to do basketball activities and get in the motion. I wouldn't just throw him out there. Let's see how this game one turns out.
Hmm.
Let's see if Giannis wins game one, and then you throw Dame back in there, and now let's make it a series. But I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be a long series. I got Milwaukee in seven.
Think it's gonna be
The
long.
Pacers have the Pacers has a tough team, and I feel like Milwaukee. I feel like Milwaukee wants to prove that they're still a good team. I feel a lot of people sleeping on them. But their role players are gonna have to step. Bobby Portis is gonna have to be huge. Kevin Porter is gonna have
My
to
guy.
contribute. He has been over the last 2 3 weeks of the season. He's gonna need to have a good series, and just all those other dudes. But I think just the power of Giannis. I think he's gonna will them in this series. But like I said, it's not gonna be easy because those Patriots have to get up and down. I think they know their identity. They have a lot of great pieces. You got Nate, you got Neesmith, you got TJ McConnell, who can literally just win you freaking 2 quarters in a row. You got Bendrick Matherin.
Hmm.
They got a lot of pieces. But Giannis will be the best player on the floor, and I think he'll win them the series.
Well, I got Milwaukee going to the Eastern Conference Finals. So the basketball that they're about to play during this playoffs is gonna be like a great run. You know what I mean? Giannis is playing great basketball at this point, and he's healthy, which is a key factor because Giannis has been injury. He's been going through injuries these last two, 3 playoffs. So you haven't really got the full Giannis. You got in the shell of him. He's playing great basketball right now. Um, Giannis steamrolls past Indiana. You know what I mean? In my opinion, especially with the team that they've built. Kyle Kuzma, he's gonna play good basketball. He's been in these runs.
I hope so.
Uh, you know what I mean? Dame is going to be back. You don't need fresh Dame right away, but the following series is going to be where he comes into play. But for right now, Giannis could get Milwaukee past Indiana just off his back. Maybe maybe Milwaukee in 6. win back in Milwaukee. I feel like that's how it'll go.
If Tyrese, we gotta watch out for Tyrese Halliburton. I feel like if Tyrese is gonna knock down his shots though from three, I think it's gonna be a tough series.
Hmm.
And so that's
I just
something
think
to do.
I just think Giannis is just he's playing too good of basketball right now. I
No,
don't
no,
see how.
he's great, but he's gonna need help. Giannis alone isn't gonna be able to win the series, but he's gonna need some help. But I do think he will get that help.
It's,
Um, the next matchup we got. What are we missing, Fabian? Cleveland's waiting for
it's a
their
team in the
matchup, but who's
East.
the other?
We got Boston and Orlando.
There you go. So we got the number two seed Boston going up against the number seven seed Orlando, who had to go up against the Hawks to advance. Boston will win this series. I did think Orlando was just gonna give them the best fight because I think they got the best athletes.
Hmm.
If I think Paolo and Franz can definitely keep the series interesting. I don't think it's gonna be such an easy series. Like last year, they played the Heat with no Jimmy. This is a little bit of a tougher matchup. Because like I said, like, this is a young team that Orlando is not really a seven seed. They got injuries to their star players, which kind of made their season
Hmm.
go how it did. They're really at least a five seed, a 4 or 5 seed. So I think this is going to be a good test for Boston in that first round to really wake them up. Because we know how Boston gets in the first round. You know, they usually drop a game. I remember back when they
Yeah.
were playing in the first round, they dropped the game. So I think Orlando can definitely get at least two. I'm gonna go Boston in six.
Um, I'm stuck between four or five. We typically do drop a game. It'd be a home game too, which is the dumbest shit. Like we always drop a home game. It's like that second game. So Boston and five. But my only like disappointment going into this playoffs, you know what I mean? Jalen Brown isn't 100%. I don't even think he's like 70%. His knee's been bothering him. That's why you've been seeing like he doesn't play um, majority of the games, or like he plays like limited minutes. So that's something to definitely look out for. If somebody could step into that role, maybe Derek White, the way he's been playing. I want to see how we come out in this playoffs. But yeah, five. Orlando's a good basketball team, but it's gonna take more than just Paulo and Franz, especially going up against Boston. We got depth. We got good basketball, and we shoot a bunch of threes, bro. We first in the league in threes, and Orlando's like dead last. So I don't see them changing their play style going into the thing.
Orlando is a top five defense though.
Yeah, but if you do the numbers game, threes are definitely better than twos, my friend. You
No,
get
for
up a
sure. Like
you get
Boston's
up a
gonna
bunch of
win the
those.
series. I'm just saying it's gonna be a tougher series than I think people are expecting.
Five is tough. Boston and five. That's a tough series, right?
I guess, but to your point, I think Boston just has so much talent. Like you're talking about people off the bench like a Payne Pritchard who for any night could go off for 30. A guy like
Mm-hmm.
Sam Hauser from any night can go off for 20. A dude like Luke Cornett who just knows his role. So Boston
Yeah.
is a scary team. Definitely think they'll be at the minimum in the Eastern Conference Finals this year. Yeah, I'm just interested to see that matchup. And then
Mm-hmm.
we spoke about it a little earlier with Cleveland. They're waiting to see will they be playing Atlanta or Miami. I definitely think Miami will win that game, and it'll be Miami versus Cleveland in the first round. And if that's the case, if that's the case, I got Cleveland in five.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Cleveland really knows who they are. I think they know what they like to run offensively. I think they're one of the better half court teams. And I just think that interior presence with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen is really gonna bother Bam Adebayo. And I just don't think Tyler Hero is just gonna have enough to really do too much in the series. But I always bring this up just due to the coaching of Eric Spoelstra. I think that he could find a way to win a game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll have the Cavs in five, and if somehow they play the Hawks, I really say a sweep thing because I just don't think, and I love Trey Young. I really do love his game, but the Hawks just don't have enough. And the Cavs are the type of teams that go on a 20 to 2 run out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and to where the game is just over. So the Heat just have a better chance, but the Cavs will win whoever they play. So now we talked about all the series. Which team do you think wins it all and why?
Um, Boston until you prove me otherwise. Um, we have everything. We're not really missing a component in our team. Top one of the top defenses, one of the top offenses. I think Jason Tatum is gonna have one of those runs because you know how people have been sort of overshadowing him. He gets overshadowed a lot, which doesn't really make sense to me. He's a MVP candidate every year. He has the numbers, he has the game. So I think he'll definitely put on a run. Uh, Derek White, he's been playing good basketball. If we get a little production from Kristaps, you know what I mean? He doesn't have to play outstanding minutes, but the minutes he does play, he's effective. I don't know if you watched that game we had against Matt, against the Knicks at MSG, and he gave Cat 30, but that was like super efficient. So it's like he adds a different component to our team, and if we could get that during the playoffs, we'll be a scary team. Jalen Brown just has to focus on health, and you know what he'll give you, and then the rest of the team is like it's like we're a unit. You know what I mean? So although this year is going to be a little bit like tougher in some people's eyes, they say we haven't been through enough. We haven't been tested last year. We didn't go through enough to win the championship. This should set some people straight on who we are as a team. Yes, I said we. I'm a proud Boston fan. And yeah, we should be back into that finals atmosphere. Now, who we go up against, I don't know, but hey, we definitely gonna be there. If it's the Lakers though, that's gonna be fire. That's gonna remind me of, like
Listen, man, the
childhood
Los
days.
Angeles Lakers are going to be your NBA champions this year. We got Luka Doncic, the best player in the NBA, followed by the second best player in the NBA, LeBron James, and then we got Austin Reeves, the best white player in the NBA. Like our big three is the best big three of all time. We got one of the best shooters of all time, better than Steph Curry, Dorian Finney-Smith, and then we got my
Right,
boy Gabe Vincent. You got Bronny James, who's definitely gonna give us support.
right.
One of the best coaches of all time with JJ Redick.
Nah, yeah, facts. Yeah,
The Lakers, man, like we're just too deep. We got Jackson Hayes, who's looking like better than Prime Dwight.
yeah. Top
Like I'm
five.
like, listen, man. You talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Wilt, Shaq, Hakeem, Jackson Hayes, and Luka on the pick and roll. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
shit's about to get real nasty. We're gonna give you a little bit of like a sneak peek against the Timberwolves. We're not gonna show y'all all the tricks because we don't want y'all getting too excited.
right.
But we are gonna show y'all some flashes of Showtime. Like we've been trying to give y'all some hints on the Mind Your Game podcast with Steve Nash and LeBron. We're really giving y'all all the gems, but it's like if you're not gonna watch, you're not gonna watch. But
Nah, yeah,
the
facts,
Lakers, man,
facts.
Lake Town, man, game one tomorrow, 8:30 ABC. It's definitely gonna be magical in LA. All the stars will be out, man. Ah man, it's definitely a good time to be a Lakers fan. We just got all the bad vibes out of LA. It was like Anthony Davis, no disrespect
Right,
whatsoever, but he just had some bad spirits around him, man. He went over there to Dallas. We got Luka here now, man. He's talking shit to the crowd, man. You already know he's fucking the strippers. Just make sure his wife don't know about that.
type shit.
LeBron James, Austin Reeves, man. Austin Reeves over the last couple months has looked better than Michael Jordan. If you really gonna forget stats, if we're talking about
Yeah,
looking at what we're seeing on television, Austin Reeves has looked better than Michael Jordan. And I'm not talking about stats, so get the stats out of your head.
right. You're
Look,
not talking about
go
the
watch
rings
some
either.
Austin Reeves clips, bro. I
No,
haven't really seen Jordan handling the ball like that or hitting
no
the 3 point shot
DPOIs.
at this clip. So I'm trying to tell y'all something. All my betters, throw the house. on the Lakers to win the NBA championship this year. We're better than Boston, Cleveland, OKC, KFC, UFC. Lakers in five. Like and listen, man, it's gonna be interesting playoffs. A lot of teams are gonna have their, you're gonna hear yay, but listen, man, LA, man, sliding with the Crips. Luca, like yo, bro. I'm trying to tell you something right now, man. Tune in.
Bro, you too happy, bro. Like
Now
calm
listen, it's
down.
just LeBron and Luca, man. Like, listen, man. You haven't had this in a long time. Anthony Davis' body
Typical
is
Lakers
softer than
fan.
Connell tissue. Like,
Typical Lakers fan right here. No, typical LeBron fan.
listen,
Just
listen,
typical
listen,
LeBron
listen. I
fan,
will be
bro.
laying back because I'm going to Miami tomorrow. I will be laying back, just watching the Lakers play, having a little margarita, man, just enjoying life,
Type
man.
shit.
I also will be watching WrestleMania once again. We have a lot of footage coming out. Be on the lookout. It's gonna be a very good sports entertainment weekend. Like I said, you got WrestleMania, you got the
Yup.
NBA, baseball
Yup.
season is here.
Yup.
The NHL is still going on,
Yup.
man. There's just so much going on, and just make sure you're enjoying it. If you are a sports fan, if you're not a sports fan, you might kill yourself.
I wouldn't take it that far.
Like, you
Man,
got
tune in,
Easter.
man.
No,
Tune
no,
into
no, no,
the
no. I know. I'm saying if you're not watching sports, this is a sports weekend right now, man. There's a lot of big names right now. If you out in Vegas, make sure you safe right now. Um, if you're
facts.
gonna be out in LA, please be safe out there too.
Better wear a Lakers jersey.
I'm about to buy my Luka Doncic jersey just once I land. Yeah, bro. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Please be on the lookout for new content. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all platforms at is debatable double underscore. Um,
Believe
once
in this debatable.
what the fuck? Like, don't yeah, he killed it. Like, what the fuck, bro?
I tried to do the Roman shit. It didn't work.
Yeah. So on that surf, free to wave, free to surf. Um, I see my boy TK just got 80 years. Free TK.
He's cooked. He got that on
Um,
top of 50, bro. He's cooked.
Ludwig Kaiser. Just make sure you stay out those DMs, brother.
Bro, he's doing different shit, bro. Yo, thank you for tuning into the NBA edition. Yo, we gonna catch y'all, man.
All right, bro.